So I watched. Sorry. I started playing Bee Swarm Simulator again. It's a game where you have these bees and you collect honey and from pollen. So you collect pollen and then you get the bees to turn it into honey, and you can get many bees and do different quests and stuff. So right now I'm looking at the black bear honey wreath quest. I have all those stuff to do, like collect 5,000 pollen and collect 500 honey from bloom petals. I'm not really sure what bloom petals are, so I'm gonna have to look that up. So look, I'm walking here and I'm going to my hive. Every time you start the game, you have to claim a hive and let your bees stay there. And look, I have those 3 bees. When I was playing the game today, I upgraded one of my bees. I upgraded 2 of my bees. One was a demo bee, and I think one was a bomb bee. And I got 4 bees because I used one of my eggs. And to change the bee into a different kind of bee, you have to use the royal jelly. So that's what I did. This game is on Roblox and it's for 5 years old and older. But I'm not really sure if 5-year-olds should play it because some of the floor areas they have like these characters that can attack you. But it doesn't look scary, but if a 5-year-old it probably is really, really scary. And then recently I watched a video from Mr. Beast. He was showing that through his partners, his team, and because people watch his videos, he was able to build 10 schools around the world. I think 2 were in Ghana, one was in India, one was in Mexico, and one was in the jungle in South America. And I thought it was great he did that because some of the schools they were old and they were gonna fall on the children, or sometimes it rained and they couldn't have class. Others they didn't have any place for the headmaster to do their job, so they used to have to do their job out their car. And in other places, the teachers used to have to spend 1/3 of their salary actually going to the school to teach. So he built apartments for them to stay in right next to the school. And then in the jungle in South America, they were deep in the jungle. They had to travel hours and hours just to get to them. And they built them a really nice school. That was cool. They also helped neurodivergent children have a place to play outside because he said that neurodivergent children learn better when they're outside. So that was nice that he did all of that. Yeah, so. And I've still been rereading Theresa Caputo's book called There's More to Life Than This. That was her first book. Her third book looks interesting. Maybe in the future I'll get her third book. I also have her second book, so after I read the first one, I'm gonna read the second one. And I also saw that in the USA there was a blizzard. A lot of people were trapped inside, had to stay inside, and they were not allowed to work because I learned that the wind would blow at like 80 miles per hour and they could get frostbite. I saw videos of places where the snow actually covered cars in Rhode Island. So that was surprising, but that's really what happened. And Jamaica got really cold again because of that. And also Florida was around 30 to 50 degrees cold, depending on where people live in Florida because of the cold front again. So it's they say Florida is the sunshine state, but it's really getting freezing now. So yeah, looking through all the bees list there. Okay, yeah. So when I was playing this game today, somehow my backpack got bigger, got the ability to hold more honey, and I have no idea how that happened. Maybe it's because I got a fourth bee, and maybe it was because it was the type of bee. Look at this bee quip storage. I never even noticed that before until today. So, but I didn't use it though. So yeah, maybe there's a premium version of this game, and you have to pay to do it. I've also been learning different languages on Duolingo.com. I'm doing it to keep my brain fit and then see how well I do for the year. Right now, I'm learning the Hindi alphabet and the Pinyin for Chinese, Mandarin, I mean. And then I also started Arabic. I was doing Dutch sometime, and French and Spanish. So I'm doing many things. Maybe one of these days, maybe in like 3 years, I'll be able to understand Spanish when they speak, and I want to really understand what I'm reading. But in the Duolingo podcast stuff, like there's sections where you have to answer some questions. I can half understand what they're saying. I can half understand the words that they're saying. But in person, it's really worse. Like I can't really understand what they're saying. Oh, look at the demo B. They show me the stats for my demo B. Gathers 15 in 4 seconds. So yeah, my basic B. That's the first B you get. So yeah, and each of the bees has different levels, I guess, depending on how much honey. Sorry, it depends on how much pollen I gain and how much honey they convert. I also learned in this game you cannot attack the monsters. Your bees have to attack them for you. I thought it was both, but when I reread the rules, I realized that actually was not the case. So yeah, collecting all this stuff. Oh, yep. My screen actually froze here. Like I couldn't figure out how to how to get back to the pointer. It was more like a camera. It was stuck on the camera version. So yeah. You can check out my YouTube podcast if you want. I really just speak of my interests. One of the interests was a Jamaican video. This guy was reacting to something he says every day um, at his work, and I thought it was really funny. I watched it over like 4 times or 5 times. So yeah, yeah. I learned. Look at this. Is like there are different quests with tons of stuff you can earn. Like if you have 4,500 points or honey or something, you can get these different things like the Merry Mythic Mondo Hall. So yeah, playing games really relieves stress and it helps you be happier. Like I never really was gaming that much. I tried to get into gaming 2 different times before, but I was only finding really violent games, and I didn't really want to play games that were violent. But they were saying those were the most popular. But from either Google AI or Chat GPT, I found other games they were telling me that you can actually play that are cool. Hmm. So yeah, I seen some people take their children in the snow actually, like to slide on a sled and stuff. But I'm so surprised they're happy in the snow. I guess there's some people that actually don't like the snow. I find it extremely cold, and I don't really like going out in the snow. So yeah, let me go back to my. See, that person has that many bees doing all of that stuff somehow. Let me go back to my hive and have my bees make the honey. Let them do their thing. That's cool. Yeah. I also watched some videos. The prime minister in Jamaica, they want uh, people to get children, but a lot of people don't get children because the minimum wage is terrible in Jamaica. It's not that great, and some people are complaining about the hospitals in Jamaica. I didn't even know they were that bad, but they said that the hospitals treat them badly, and a lot of babies have died in one specific hospital. So they say it's not good. Bumblebee. Looker bee. Yes, I actually didn't choose the correct bee here. I thought that it was just showing me the options and then I could go back and choose what I wanted, but it actually stopped at the last one, so I couldn't really get those other kinds of bees. Hmm. I also have like animal videos on my YouTube channel. I like to take videos of the dogs and the cats that we have. And I take some seconds and I put it online. I like to document my life, what happens. So yeah, that's how after a long while I got popular with animal videos. But I really was just documenting my life. But I do love the dogs and I love the cats. That's cool. They just emanate love, and that's what I love about animals. Look at all those bees that person has. That person has been playing forever. Yeah. Get that? No. So you can check out this game. It's called Bee Swarm Simulator on Roblox. I think it's one of the most popular games on Roblox. I've also still been looking up psychic stuff on TikTok, like Earth Angel Imani and Psychic Jonathan Lewis. And this guy called Bougie333 Phil sometimes posts videos. I actually like to see what I have to say. That also look up other psychic stuff. And I recently added numerology to it. I like to look at stuff about Life Path 5 and Master Number 11 because that's what I am and it makes sense to me. Okay, well, I hope that you have a great day and a great week and everything works out well for you. I'm gonna I'm gonna make my honey just now. Come on, bees, do your thing. Watch them now. What? That's right. Okay, have a good one.